Good morning, students. Hope you are okay, well and fine. So this question has been asked in examination. Just read the question statement. Consider the following statement about a three-phase synchronous generator which is synchronized to an infinite bus. When its mechanical input is increased gradually with field current held constant, then out of these four statement, which statement is or are correct, you have to find it out, right? And correspondingly you have to choose the correct option among A, B, C, D, right? Only one option is correct, so you have to choose that option. So in such kind of question, first of all you should make effort to know the initial operating power factor of the synchronous machine, right? If this information is given in the question, then it's well and good, you start with that information, right? And if this information, if it is not given in the question, then first of all you should assume the initial operating power factor of the synchronous machine, right? So now how to assume? If the synchronous machine, in such cases, if initial power factor is not given, then you should assume that synchronous machine is initially operating in the overexcited condition. Yes, in the overexcited condition. That means if it is a synchronous generator, then it is operating. Then in overexcited condition, it is operating at lagging power factor. And if it is a synchronous motor, then in the overexcited condition, it will operate at a leading power factor, right? So with this information, you should start your phasor diagram, right? So see here, it's a synchronous generator. And like I said, it is operating in the overexcited condition, so the initial operating power factor is lagging, right? So at lagging power factor you should start your phasor diagram. So this is terminal voltage Vt, it is taken as reference, right? You should take terminal voltage as a reference, that means draw it horizontally with 0 angle, right? And he is saying that it is connected with the infinite, it is synchronized with an infinite bus, right? Draw it with the reference, right? Draw it horizontally. Now at lagging power factor, your armature current, corresponding armature current would be lagging. So let me draw it lagging, right? Suppose the lag angle is phi 1, okay? Lag angle is phi 1. Now see this is the circuit diagram of synchronous generator, right? EF is excitation EMF, IA is the armature current, XS is the synchronous reactance of the winding, and VT is the terminal voltage, right? So armature resistance has been ignored. For simplicity, you know the armature resistance is very, very small, so you can ignore this, right? For the simplicity, okay? Now apply KVL in this loop, you will get minus to plus EF, plus to minus IA JXS minus terminal voltage Vt equal to 0. So that means EF is equal to Vt plus JIAXS, right? So that means if you add this phasor, that means JIAXS in terminal voltage phasor, what you will get? You will get excitation EMF phasor, right? So the same I'm going to do here, just have a look at it. So J times of IA, what is the meaning? When J is attached with any phasor, that means it will rotate the phasor 90 degree anti-clockwise, right? So the same I'm going to do here, just analyze this. See here, IA, extend this IA phasor like this, okay? Extend this, and exactly at 90 degree, add J times of IAXS in terminal voltage phasor, right? So let me tell you, this angle is 90 degree, right? This angle is 90 degree. So this phasor, this one, this is J IAXS, okay? This phasor is J times of IA1 into XS, right? Now Vt, these are all phasor values, remember, mind it clearly, right? Vt plus JIXS, phasor sum of these two will give you the excitation EMF phasor, right? That means this one, you join this point and this point, you will get excitation EMF like this, okay? So this phasor, this one, this is excitation EMF phasor like this, right? Now Load angle delta, you know, it is the angle between terminal voltage and the excitation EMF, right? That means this angle, this angle is called as load angle. This angle is called as load angle. So this angle delta, let me call this as an angle delta 1. Delta 1 is load angle, right? So initial load angle is delta 1, right? And suppose the initial mechanical input to the synchronous generator is PM1. Let me assume this initial mechanical input on the synchronous generator is PM1. Okay, so I have drawn this horizontal line. This PM1 is horizontal to this terminal voltage axis, right? With respect to this axis, horizontal. Now this is indicating my mechanical input for the initial case, right? Now he is saying that now keep field excitation fixed. Field current fixed means field excitation fixed. So that means now keeping all other parameter to be fixed. If field current is fixed, that means field excitation is fixed. That means for constant field excitation, you have to make an arc. It would be an arc for constant excitation. See here, this is excitation EMF phasor, right? So right, so this arc that you are watching here, this one, this arc is known as constant. It is locus for constant excitation. What is the meaning? The meaning is that you choose any point on this locus. You choose this point, you choose this point, or you choose this point, you choose this point or this point. Any point you choose on this locus, the excitation EMF would remain fixed, right? That's the meaning. So this is a locus of constant excitation. Let me write it here. This is a locus of constant. This is a locus of constant excitation EMF EF, right? So now he is saying that maintain field excitation fixed and now increase the mechanical input. Why he is saying to increase mechanical input? What is the reason? The reason is that since the electrical load has been increased, right, from output side, so to meet out that demand, to meet out that increased load demand, you have to increase the mechanical input from the input side, right? That's why he is asking you to increase mechanical input, right? So just I'm going to increase the mechanical input as per the demand of the question. So this red one that you are watching here, this red one is increase the mechanical input from the input side, right? So this is initial mechanical input PN1 and this red one is increased mechanical input, right? According to the increased electrical output. This is the increased mechanical input PM2, right? Now I'm going to join this point and this point, right? So this phasor, this one, right? So this one, this red one, this indicate the length of this length of this phasor indicate the armature current, the corresponding armature current which is corresponding to increased mechanical input, right? So as you are observing that this red one, the length of this red phasor, this one is more than the length of this phasor, right? So what is the conclusion? So the point is that the new armature current would be more, right? Because XS is fixed in both the cases. XS is a winding parameter, it is a fixed anyway, right? So that means this length of this phasor is nothing but the armature current only. So when mechanical input was PM1, this one, PM1, then the corresponding armature current was IA1 and that is represented by this length of this phasor, this black one, right? Now when you increase mechanical input, now you see phasor length is this much. Definitely it is more, definitely this is more in comparison to the previous case, right? So this armature current has now been increased for the new increased mechanical input. Let me write it, JIA, J times of, let me call IA2, J times of IA2 XS, right? So this one, right? So this phasor is JIA2XS, right? These are all phasor values. So one conclusion readily I can draw. What is that? That for the new mechanical input, your armature current, the corresponding armature current would increase for sure, right? So let me write it here. This IA2, right? IA2, it would be more than the IA1. This is first conclusion, right? Now, right? So see here. Now excitation EMF, if you join this point and this point, you will get excitation EMF phasor, and I told you excitation EMF is fixed, right? Because anyway you are taking excitation EMF on the locus of this, so excitation EMF is fixed, right? So this phasor, this red one, it is representing the excitation EMF. All right, okay. So this is excitation EMF, this one. So this phasor is excitation EMF, and this is equal to this phasor, length of this phasor. Again this is excitation EMF, right, equal to EF. Let me write it, EF. This is excitation EMF, okay. Excitation EMF is same, is fixed in all the cases, right? Right. So this is again excitation EMF, okay. Now just analyze the load angle. Initial load angle delta 1 was between this excitation EMF phasor and this terminal voltage VT, right? Terminal voltage is fixed, right, because it is synchronized with infinite bus, 1 angle 0 per unit, right? Now the new load angle is this much. That means between this excitation EMF phasor and this terminal voltage, between this and this, between this and this, that means this is my new load angle, right? This is my new load angle, okay. Let me draw it with red to differentiate. See this one, okay. This is new load angle delta 1, right? Let me write it here separately. Let me call it delta 2, okay, delta 2. So that means delta 2 is load angle between this EF and this terminal voltage VT. So for new load, you, as you are watching here, as you are observing here, load angle delta 2 for the new load is, for the new condition is more than the previous delta 1, right? So this is the second conclusion that you can observe. That means load angle delta 2 is more than delta 1. That means you can say this load angle delta will increase, right, by increasing mechanical input, right? Now, okay, now just observe this for the new case, for this PM2 increased mechanical input. Can you tell me what is operating power factor? Just extend this phasor backward, right, this phasor, and just try to find out the new position of armature current, right? So if you analyze, if you observe a little bit more, you will find that your armature current for the new mechanical load is coming here, right? This angle is 90, right? So the new armature current for the new case, for increased mechanical input, it would come somewhere here, right? Let me call this IA2, right? IA2, armature current IA2, right? So now the new power factor angle, you tell me what is new power factor angle? New power factor angle between terminal voltage and this IA2, right? That means new power factor angle phi 2 is between terminal voltage and IA2. See, phi 2 is between VT and IA2, and phi 1 is between VT and IA1, right? So this angle, this one, okay, this one, let me draw it clearly. This angle, this small angle that you're watching, right? Let me write it here separately. This is small angle, this one, this is phi 2. I am writing here separately because of there is no space here to write, right? So this is small angle, that means this between this line VT and this IA2, right? Between VT and IA2, this is the power factor angle, new power factor angle phi 2, right? So just observe, Which one, which power factor angle is more, phi 1 or phi 2? Which power factor angle is more? Definitely you can analyze phi 2 is less, right? Definitely you can say phi 2 is less than phi 1, right? Phi 1, initial power factor angle, phi 1 is more, right? So here if you take cosine, you will get cos phi 2 will be more than cos of phi 1, right? So that means the new power factor angle is, right? So cos phi 2, that means the power factor for the new case corresponding to PM2, increased mechanical input, power factor is corresponding. So cos phi 2 is a power factor, new power factor corresponding to increased mechanical input PM2, right? So you observe this is more than the previous power factor, right? So all I can say that is that power factor is improved, right? Power factor will be improved more, right? Now since power factor is improved, so active power output delivered by the synchronous generator will also be increased, right? Because you know P is equal to Vt Ia cos phi, right? So at a steady state condition, you know P is equal to electrical power output Pe and is equal to mechanical power input Pm, and this P is proportional to Ia cos phi, right? Ia cos phi, because Vt's terminal voltage is fixed, right? Okay, so these are the points that you can find, right? Now see, if I further increase the mechanical input, what would happen? See here, if I further increase mechanical input, suppose now I increase mechanical input to, suppose I say it is PM3, right? I further increase mechanical input, right? Suppose I further increase mechanical input to PM3, right? This line is parallel. So now what would happen? Tell me what happened to the laggingness. Will it increase or will it decrease? You join this point and this point, join this point and this point, that means see here, okay, join this point and this point, so this like this, okay. So for the new case, see here, this is for the new PM3, further increased mechanical input. So see here, for this case armature current would further, laggingness will decrease further, right? That means it would come somewhere around this, at this position, that means almost parallel to this Vt, terminal voltage axis, right? If you further increase mechanical input at one point, this line, it will be exactly perpendicular to this terminal voltage phasor. That means that is a unity power factor operation, right? That is a unity power factor operation, right? So suppose this is a unity power factor operation, suppose this phasor is exactly perpendicular to this terminal voltage Vt, right? So what is the meaning? That means power factor has now been improved till unity by continuously increasing mechanical input. Suppose at one particular point at PM3, your power factor has reached up to the value equal to unity. Even if you keep on increasing mechanical input, suppose this is now PM4, right? This line is corresponding to further increased mechanical input. Now see what will happen. If you join this point and this point, see this, okay, what would happen now? See here, now power factor start deteriorating, is it not? See here, corresponding to this PM4, see here, the armature current, it would lead, right? It would lead this terminal voltage. See here, for the PM4, for the new increased mechanical input PM4, your armature current would come somewhere here. That means it is lagging. This is my IA4, armature current for the PM4, increased mechanical input PM4, right? So this would now lead terminal voltage, right? That means what will happen now? Now your power factor, it starts deteriorating, right? It starts deteriorating in the in the leading side. It start deteriorating in the leading side, right? Once after achieving unity power factor, even if you keep on increase mechanical input, in that case what will happen? The power factor would now starts deteriorating, right? That means deteriorating in which side? Leading side, right? It is deteriorating leading side. Why? Because armature current Ia4 is now leading this terminal voltage Vt, right? So these are the points. Okay, load angle will definitely increase. It is increased continuously, right? And at steady state, P is equal to Pm, electrical power output is equal to mechanical power input. Okay. So now read this point. Power factor of the current supplied becomes more lagging. Is it correct? Is it more lagging? No, wrong. Laggingness is continuously decreasing. Ia1, then Ia2, then Ia3, then Ia4, like this. That means laggingness is decreasing. By increasing mechanical input, your laggingness is decreasing. That means this is a wrong option. First is wrong. Second, power factor of the current supplied improved. Definitely improved. See here, this point, power factor is improved. So second option is definitely correct. Okay. Now third point, power factor remains unity. Is it correct? Precisely, this is not correct. It would not remain unity if you further keep on increasing your mechanical input, right? After unity power factor operation, if you further increase mechanical input, it starts deteriorating in the leading side, right? So this third option is not precisely correct. This is wrong. Okay. Fourth is the load angle is increased. Yes, answer is yes, correct. Fourth is correct. Load angle is increased. See here, load angle is increased continuously. Delta 1 to delta 2 to delta 3, it is increasing, right? So these are the points. So option 2 and 4, point statement 2 and 4 are correct. That means option C is correct. Option C is correct. C is the correct option because second statement and fourth statement, these two statements are correct. Power factor of the current supplied improves. Yes, correct. The load angle is increased. Yes, correct. Armature current is increased. Yes, correct. Right. So you can finalize that C option is correct for this question. Okay. So there are some more points which can be discussed in this question. Right. I think this discussion would suffice for this question. Although some more points can also be discussed, right? So I will stop here. So what is the correct option? C is the correct options, right? So thanks for watching. Thank you very much.